You've toured with some world-class bands, like I said at the beginning. Red Hot Chili Peppers is one of the most notable, but Blink-182, Rage Against the Machine, Sonic Youth, all of these bands. What are some of the coolest stories that you've got? Like, what's one of your fondest memories where you just thought, wow, I'm really blessed to be where I am?
You know, all the tours are different. Doing the Soundgarden reunion tour was unbelievably great. It was just so good. It was just so good. It was just because I had known them since the very first tour we did, Rat Sound did, that wasn't Black Flag, was Danzig and Soundgarden in 1990, 89 or 90. And you know, I met those guys, and then I worked with them again on Lollapalooza in 92, and Chili Peppers headline, and Soundgarden was on the bill. And then fast forward to the reunion tour, and I got to mix them. First time I ever mixed them after knowing them for so long. So it was just like all many good things converging together. Just such an awesome band. So probably one of the most heartwarming. Chili Peppers, I worked for 27 years-ish, 26 years, I don't know, so a long time, so there's so many there. Blink was probably the most fun tour, one of the most fun tours. They were just delightful. You know, I would run around and they would get set up. They would, I didn't need to mix a lot. Once I got the mix together, it was just held. So I would go down and listen in the audience, and they, you know, I'd sit there and Tom would look out and see me standing in the audience, and he'd look over at Mark, and he'd be like, you know, and then Mark would see me, and they'd both be looking at me, and I see them looking at me because I'm listening. I was like, oh shit! So I duck down into the audience, and then I'd run really low and pop up somewhere else, and then they'd see me pop up, right, and they'd try and like head nod me back to the mix board, you know, just. And they'd both be looking at each other like, get back there. And so we would kind of play hide and go seek. That was fun. Offspring, Dexter used to, when they went, I worked with them from clubs to arenas. So on the later end of their club tours, right before they went to arenas, they were doing these sold out clubs. He would stop in the middle of the show and go, you know, I think our sound man looks really thirsty. Are you thirsty? I'd pick a bike and go, yeah, I'm really thirsty. I'm thirsty. And he'd say, you know, here, I'm going to drink a sip of beer. Here's a cup. You guys take a sip, but pass it back to him, right? So they'd make it up. Two back would be gone. And he'd do that a couple times. He'd say, okay, I think our sound, if you're going to do something, you got to do it right. He said, all right, I'm going to lay, and he'd lay on the audience with a beer in his hand and have the audience pass him all the way back. And I'd climb up and stand on the meter bridge of the console with the mic, with the talkback mic waiting for him. And then they'd pass him all the way back, and he'd climb up on the meter bridge, and I'd hand him the mic. He goes, all right, here we are. And they'd give me a beer, and I'd drink the beer. And he'd go, okay, cool, thank you. All right, I'm going back. Let's get the show on, right? And he'd lay back on the audience, and he'd go back out.
That's awesome.
And finish the show.